Vaibhav, a Switch friend. So today we will see conditional statements in C. So we always make decisions in our daily life based upon some conditions. C language too must be able to perform different sets of actions depending on the circumstances. C has three major decision making instructions: the if statement, the if else statement, and the switch statement. In this video, we will look at if and if else. The programs we have seen so far got executed sequentially, that is, in the same order in which they appear in the program. In fact, to execute the instructions sequentially, we don't have to do anything at all. By default, the instructions in the program are executed sequentially. However, in a serious programming situations, we don't necessarily want the instructions to be executed sequentially. Many a times, we want a set of instructions to be executed in one situation and entirely different set of instructions to be executed in another situation. For example, consider we want to print if the given number is prime or not. So this can be done in C using first the if statement and if else statement. So let's look at the if statement. Like most languages, C uses the keyword if to implement the decision control instruction. The general form of if statement looks like this: if, condition, and some statement. What it means is, if this condition is true, execute this statement. The keyword if tells the compiler that what follows is a decision control instruction. The condition following the keyword if is always enclosed within a pair of parentheses. Yes. If the condition, whatever it is true, then the statement is executed. If the condition is not true, then the statement is not executed. Instead, the program skips that statement. But how do we express the condition itself in C? And how do we evaluate its truth or falsity? As a general rule, we express a condition using C's relational operators. The relational operators allow us to compare two values to see whether they are equal to each other, unequal, or whether one is greater than the other. Here's how they look and how they are evaluated in C. First is x is equal to y, x is not equal to y, x is less than y, x is greater than y, x is less than or equal to y, and so on. The relational operators should be familiar to you, except for the equality operator, that is equal equal, and the inequality operator. Note that equal is used for assignment, whereas equal equal is used for comparison of two quantities. Here is a simple program. So on execution of this program, if you type a number less than or equal to 10, you get a message on the screen through printf. If you type some other number, the program doesn't do anything. This flowchart would help you understand the flow of control in the program. When the program starts it will ask for the number less than 10. It will take number as input, and then it will check for the condition, if the number is less than or equal to 10. If yes, it will print the result. If no, then it won't do anything. So now we know the flow of each statement. As I mentioned earlier, the general form of the if statement is as follows. But truly speaking, the general form of if is this: if some expression, then execute the statement. Here, the expression can be any valid expression, including a relational expression. We can even use arithmetic expressions in the if statement. For example, all of these if statements are valid. So the important thing is that in C, a non-zero value is considered to be true, whereas 0 is considered to be false. So in the first if, 3 plus 2 mod 5 is the condition or the expression. 2 mod 5 is 2 and 3 plus 2 is 5. So the expression evaluates to 5, and since 5 is non-zero, it is considered to be true. Hence the printf gets executed. In second if, this is a good one, often asked in placement process. In the second if, 10 gets assigned to A, so if is now reduced to if variable A or if 10. Since 10 is non-zero, it is true, hence again printf goes to 1. In the third, this is the tricky one. Minus 5 is a non-zero number, hence true. So again printf goes to 1. In place of minus 5, even if a float like 3.14 were used, it would be considered to be true. So the issue is not whether the number is integer or float, or whether it is positive or negative. Issue is whether it is 0 or non-zero. So let's look at multiple statements within it. It may so happen that in program we want more than one statement to be executed if the expression following if is satisfied. If such multiple statements are to be executed, then they must be placed within a pair of braces as shown in this example. So in this example, if the expression is true, the bonus is assigned a value 2500 and some result is printed. Okay. So now let's look at if-else statement. The if statement by itself will execute a single statement or a group of statements. When the expression evaluates to be true, it does nothing when the expression evaluates to false. Can we execute one group of statements if the expression evaluates to true and another group of statements if the expression evaluates to false? Of course, this is what is the purpose of else statement. So look at this example. If bonus is less than 1500, bonus will be assigned a value 2000 and some result is printed. If the bonus is less than 1500, sorry, if the bonus is greater than 1500, some other result is printed. So the group of statements after the if up to and not including the else is called an if block. Similarly, the statements after the else form the else block. If we have only one statement in any of the blocks, we could have dropped the pair of braces. As with the if statement, the default scope of else is also the statement immediately after the else. To override this default scope, a pair of braces must be used. Now, let's look at nested if-else. It is perfectly alright if we write an entire if-else construct within either the body of the if statement or body of an else statement. This is called nesting of ifs. This is shown in the following program. Note that second if-else construct is nested in the first else statement. If the condition in the first if statement is false, then the condition in the second if statement is checked. If it is false as well, then the final else statement is executed. You can see in the program how each time if-else construct is nested within another if-else construct. In the above program, an if-else occurs within the else block of the first if statement. Similarly, in some other program, an if-else may occur in the if block as well. There is no limit on how deeply the ifs and elses can be nested. So, finally, let's look at all the forms of if. First is if some condition and the statement. Second, if the condition and if block. Third, if a statement, else another statement. Fourth, if, then if block, else and the else block. Fifth, if some condition, statement, else and another if else, nested if else block. Last, if some condition and the nested if else, and so the last, if in the if block we have another if else and in else we execute some statement. Thank you.